mad and also because my brother and sister-in-law have no clue where anything is in their house apparently. So I had to find pliers and a replacement cup myself.
You got some murderous tendencies.
Yeah, don't let this guy near your chickens, bro.
I thought you were about to say children. I was gonna be what?
What?
No one said that except you. That was an intrusive thought. That was an intrusive thought right there.
Welcome to the final episode of season 1 of the JLB podcast. My name is Joker.
My name's Needle.
And today we have on two very special guests. So we have on Joey, who was also on the first episode of the podcast. So Joey, welcome back.
Yeah, hi, I'm King J.
I guess King J. I'm sorry. But and then we have on are you CEO of GSA, founder?
I guess, yeah, co-founder and head organizer of PACE, I guess. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm Milo.
It's Milo from GSA. I love this guy.
That's me.
He's the GOAT.
Wow, Joker didn't do it this time. I'm proud of you.
I didn't say it.
So proud of you.
So, Milo, what is GSA?
GSA is the Global Speedrun Association. Basically, we just do a bunch of different types of speedrunning stuff. We host events in person and online, tournaments. We have like a 24/7 channel where we showcase world records. So yeah, just a bunch of speedrunning stuff. And it's mostly all on Twitch and some of it in person.
That's insane. And the main event that you guys put on is PACE. And you do it bi-yearly in summer and winter, I believe. Or fall, more of spring, like spring and fall, end of spring, end of fall. But I've been there twice. Needle's been there 3 times. It's just the best event ever. And I think Joey can attest.
I agree.
I can agree. I love this.
But do you like it more than ESA?
You did it a lot better.
Bro, I'm not. Don't spring this on me. Come on now. I like all speedrunning events.
Right in front of the head organizer of PACE, you gotta tell me.
And I love ESA more.
In front of the head organizer of PACE, you need to tell me right now.
Literally tomorrow, like the day we were filming this, tomorrow I go to my first GDQ as well. So
I thought you'd been already. Why?
No, I've never been.
What?
I got into GDQ before, but that was their first online one because that's when the pandemic happened.
Right. Okay. Do they still do remote runs, or are they fully in person now?
They have a few remote runs. They have, I think, 4, but it's very less likely to get in remotely now.
Gotcha.
You have to run a very, very sick speed run, or you have to be like from overseas.
I mean, that makes sense. I remember when I first got into PACE, I submitted it but had no means of getting there, and then somehow my run got on schedule. So I had to weirdly enough, I DM'd Milo. I didn't even know who to DM because he had the same role as everyone else. But I DM'd him. I was like, "Hey, I don't know if I can make it. Can I just do my run remotely?"
No, it's
all good.
You know what's funny about that was, I believe that was the first place the main 4 in our group went to, like in terms of people that went, because he told us about it like last minute. So it was cool. I guess we'll go.
Yeah, it was.
That was the first one I went to.
That was the first one you went to? I thought you went. No, I'm thinking of something
wow,
else.
That's crazy.
I went to Glitch Infinite, the one that GSA held. They did like a speedrunning thing on the side. It's a Smash event originally. So I got accepted to that, and I owe everything. Like I will always go to PACE and GSA events because they were the first ones I went to, and I just love the vibe more than anything than any other speedrun events. So that answers your question from earlier. If it's better than ESA, I love the vibes way more.
We got the answer. Yes.
No, I think the vibes are way better than ESA, like 100%.
Yeah,
there's no doubting that. But I owe everything about like I didn't know about PACE before Hex told me about it and said you should submit. Yeah, he said like you should submit to this Glitch Infinite event, like, even if you don't think you'll get in. So I submitted and I got in, and then I submitted to Pace because I was like, hey, it's by the same people. Why not? And it's a full week this time. And I got all 3 of my runs in, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going.
You were the cat guy.
My first DM with Milo, I think I messaged you being like, I can't believe I got all 3 of my runs in. Thank you so much. And I think you responded with, dude, like, your runs were just good. We couldn't deny them.
Yeah.
Which meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
I still can't believe like because like we came in to commentate for Joker's run, and then like I remember like somebody canceled their run last minute, so then me and Swag had to like come up with something random on the whim, and we chose Star Road Co-op. I'm so glad that we chose. Yeah, I'm so glad that I remember that, dude. I'm so glad we chose that.
I talked you two into doing something because there was 2 people that couldn't show up or they got sick.
Yeah.
And I talked you two into doing something because you were going back and forth like, oh, we could do this. And then I also talked Hex into doing something because he didn't think he was able to do it, but I talked him into doing Sonic. So
there was this
like that was there was no route. We didn't have a route. It was just blind routing.
Yeah,
that's the best way to do it.
They had to replace the run of a guy who, as they were doing, or like a little before their run, I like looked into where he was, like if he just made it or was sick or something. He didn't even go, and then didn't notify anyone. I then also later found out that he was like a super right wing guy. But it was really, I was really pissed off by it. I was like, why wouldn't you just tell someone immediately that you couldn't make it? It was an hour before his run, and he had a 2-hour run. It was a big time slot. We're lucky that we got something filled out, but it was just so, flabbergasted.
I'd have to tell somebody if I couldn't make it to something. I couldn't just leave people hanging.
Yeah,
seriously. I don't know. It just makes me feel, I don't know.
It makes me so anxious. It's also like kind of lying, because that's just lying by omission.
Kind of,
yeah.
But
anyhow,
I'm glad, in a way, that we got to showcase co-op. It seemed like a lot of people were interested. I think really within the week there were a lot more people that like joined the co-op server and stuff around that time. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Pace is just the goat. But while you guys are here, because both of you, well, you're the organizer, Milo, but but Joey, you also went to Paces last time and held the 120 person 120 star relay.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I believe
it's partly the reason, also because you were first episode. But I just want to hear some of your guys' highlights of this last page, because Needle and I didn't get to go.
I'll let Milo go first, actually.
Let me go first, sorry?
Yeah, you can go first.
Oh, sure. Some highlights from this past one. Well, Cheese is a, co-owner of GSA and co-organizer of Pace and everything, but seeing him win Pace was really awesome. He's like, one of my best friends, and he hadn't won for a couple, I think, no, because Punke won the last 2. Anyway, I just know it like meant a lot to him, and he got like an actual PB shortly after Pace. I think kind of wave of confidence that he got at Pace. So yeah, I think that was really awesome. We've been playing soccer a couple times throughout the week now at the last couple Paces, so that was really fun. And what else? Honestly, just the big change that we made of like having the stage. I know Needle and Joker, you guys didn't get to see it this time, but we moved the stage into the ballroom, and it was just like a bigger stage, more seating,
I noticed that.
I saw some pictures.
Could you guys not? Because someone told me that there's a Smash event going on at the same time in the other room.
Yeah, there usually is. Yeah, they hold like the Smash tournaments in that room as well.
Was it like a choice thing, or?
Yeah, the main reason was because last summer, the old stage room just got so full, especially towards the end. There was like at least 100 people that like couldn't even sit.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So we just moved it to the bigger room, to just have more space for all the people that were, especially, to on the last day that we knew were going to be there. So yeah,
for sure.
And so anyway, the other highlight, I guess, was just seeing that difference and it all coming together, because there was like a lot of like tech problems that we had to solve with, like, we're just not familiar with that space and the whole setup there. So it all coming together was like a huge relief. So like that was another highlight for sure.
Right. There was one thing I wanted to ask you, but I fucking forgot it. Oh, yeah. You mentioned that you and Cheese played soccer. Does Cheese call it soccer or football?
This is the only important thing that matters.
That is the most important thing. So, well, she's actually wasn't able to go to soccer this time around, but last pace we did have like a lot of Europeans that wanted to come and play. You know, like Drogi, he's from Switzerland, and Armada was there. And like a couple other European guys that wanted to come. And so, we got into the bit of like, oh, it's football, no, it's soccer. And so
Oh god.
we made two teams that one was team soccer, one was
Oh
team
my
football.
god.
That's really funny.
And whoever won, the other team had to like for the rest of the event refer it to, as
That's like give it
proper
up.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and team football won, unfortunately.
That's
Which
not
they
fair.
should have. It is football, but anyway.
It is technically football, yeah.
You do use your foot, and there is a ball.
That is true.
That is true.
Why isn't baseball called handball?
Well, there's also a bat and a glove.
Oh, bat ball.
It's funny because there's also something called handball as well.
Yeah, there's a
That is
video
true.
game called handball. I think there's also a thing called bat ball, but
Is it?
I think so. Joey.
Yeah.
I want
same,
you to.
Same question, I'm guessing.
Sure, some highlights, or if you want to tell us a little bit about the 120 event.
Yeah, I feel like I'll go more into it later, but like, yeah, I think my highlight is kind of like my first highlight is the same as Milo. I love the change with the stage this time. Like we outgrew that other area after like fall immediately. Once the first pace that all like us three went to, me, Needle, and Joker, like after pace fall 2022, we I could tell it wasn't probably gonna. We definitely needed to change it eventually.
That was the last one where the room actually fit everyone.
Yeah. And then obviously then we started doing like relay and stuff like that. Like 70 relay at pace fall last year was just like, yeah, we definitely outgrew it.
Yeah.
Because there was like
that's cool
half the room was like there was people who were in the relay were sitting in the audience, and people who wanted to watch were standing at the back, and I felt bad because like people just had to like stand the whole time. So this worked out a lot better. The audience got to be a lot bigger. And also it being in the practice room was just so important for people who had like late night runs, because there would still be people like there to applaud at the end of runs and stuff like that, even if they weren't like fully paying attention. So it was just better.
Yeah, the natural flow of just everything being more cohesive. Yeah, I think that was, and in the same room was much better. And then the other room, where the stage used to be, was like a nice chill area. We had trivia there and karaoke, and you could watch the stream on the big screen. So I think that is definitely the layout from now on. Because yeah, that was,
I love
that was a big
that.
improvement.
My favorite clip is I don't remember who the runner was, but it was during the LTA. But they were doing karaoke at the same time. And
it's Beast Assassin.
Yeah, it was Beast. And,
I love
Joker.
that
Ascend Joker was singing "My Way" by Frank Sinatra, and as he was hitting the high note, Beast hit "Carpetless."
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Oh yeah,
so cool.
What
so
a crazy like,
that is another highlight of mine though. I love the karaoke thing. Like I got shout outs to Scott who puts that together. Like that and trivia night. Like it's just so much fun. I wish there was more. Like we had one karaoke night for like 2 hours, and like so many people didn't get to sing who wanted to. I know Cheese didn't get to sing, and I felt bad. But hopefully next time we get to do that next summer, we'll see maybe 2 nights of karaoke, because people like it.
I think one of my favorite things about bass is like everyone just gets along, like from different communities. Like,
that's what I mean.
Sonic, like, everyone just gets along. Like it's crazy. Like I've met so many cool like people like within the last couple of paces that I've been to. Like
this time had so many Mario Odyssey people.
Yeah. Like I got to meet you. I got to meet Trox, like all of you, all the multi Mario people. So I have more closest to y'all. It's really cool. I'm really happy that I got to go.
Yeah, I got to know the Sonic people, which I'd never ran a Sonic game, but I love the Sonic community. They're awesome.
They're so chill. Like I loved hanging out with them when I was at the last phase.
One thing I did want to ask you about Milo. We asked Artemis about this, but it was probably 3 or so months ago now since they've been on. I know that there was news about the Laurel racetrack maybe shutting down, and thus Xanadu Games shutting down. What is sort of the plan if that happens?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
So the answer right now is that it's not clear because yes, the race, it does seem like that's all in motion, that the racetrack will be closing. And so our venue will basically be, it won't exist anymore. So
Right.
we don't know if that'll be in 2 years, if it'll be in 6 years, because these things can take time. Like
That's true.
there's
Yeah.
just a bunch that has to go into like the wrecking ball actually coming to swing on the racetrack
Yeah.
before that happens. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, we've talked to VG Boot Camp a lot about it. They obviously own Xanadu Games, and they're like, well, we're chilling right now. We don't see it happening at least for another 2 years, and as soon as we know, we'll let you know. And then yeah. So there's we do have some connections with some other venues on the East Coast and in the Midwest as well.
Mm.
So that would probably be the backup option if we needed to kind of formally come to an agreement with somebody at those venues, or if not ideally, we could just kind of follow VG Boot Camp wherever they go because they've been so good to us, and we working with them has gone really well for us and for them. So yeah, we've got options basically, I guess, is the short answer, but I don't think we need to worry about it for a while.
Great. Okay, good to know you guys have at least some sort of plan if if something like that were to happen. I
Yeah,
wonder,
yeah, no, bottom line, like pace will continue, whether it's there or somewhere
Yeah.
else.
good.
Whatever we need to figure out for sure.
Have you guys ever considered doing, like say summer as a Xanadu Games, but then the winter or fall one somewhere else?
Yeah, it's a good question. Obviously, that's what GDQ does. I don't know. Is that what ESA does, Joey? Do you know?
No, they stay in the same place each time.
They stay in the same place. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure. It would be a risk if we were to move and try a different spot just to because it would be like splitting up our audience that and our attendees who do already come
Yeah.
to Maryland, and we're confident in the like hundreds of people that we have coming out there. If we did something on the West Coast or somewhere else, yeah, it would just need to we would just need to be really confident that it's the right step um,
Right.
for the event. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Someone in chat, Mystic, friend of the channel, did want me to ask you about the possibility of a Europe pace.
Yeah, I mean, we are the Global Speedrun Association, right? Yeah, no, I don't know.
Would that make
It's
ESA a subsidiary?
Right. No, I would love to. I would love to do events anywhere in South America and Japan and anywhere. As things keep growing and we keep finding our footing with pace and with a bunch of other projects that we're working on in terms of content and events and stuff. Yeah, really, the sky's the limit. There's no reason not to. I don't think it would be for a while because obviously it's a big commitment and
Yeah.
there would need to be a lot of things that need to be figured out, but it would be really cool to do in the future for sure.
Kind of the same as doing it someplace else, like on the West Coast, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are already on the East Coast, so you need to be confident that people would be there anyway. It seems like there's a lot of Europeans that fly out to Pace anyway.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
there's so
it's
many this
shocking.
time.
It's shocking, really. It's like really, really flattering that, people from all over, from Australia, from South America, from Europe,
Yeah.
think our event is like fun enough to come hang out with everyone there. And it's so cool. It really blows my mind.
It was really awesome because I went to ESA before Pace, like 3 months before Pace, and those people like Source 28, Hardcore Gaming, Galactic. Like I didn't think I was gonna see them like again because I
Right.
kind of made that decision like this ESA is likely gonna be my last one because I want to go to every GDQ and Pace instead.
Yeah.
And then they came to this Pace and I'm like that's crazy but that's awesome. Like it was really cool that it came out. They hated the fact that there was no trains. but,
Right.
Mhm.
but yeah, no, it's cool to see more like like your people from Europe and stuff like that wanting to come down
Yeah,
for the
I'm
events.
it's the same with like people from the U.S. or other places. I guess Australia, maybe if Duckable were to go, going to ESA, because I know there's a lot of Americans that also go to ESA.
Also, Duckable's from Australia.
That's what I said. Duckable Australia.
Oh, okay. I thought you said just from the U.S. My bad. I misheard.
Speaking of Duckable, poor Duckable got stuck in Hawaii.
Oh, I saw that.
What?
Yeah.
I hated seeing that.
Duckable's plane had like a emergency landing. I apparently someone had like a heart attack on the plane or something, and I hope they're okay. But they had to land in Hawaii, and yeah, so that happened. Thankfully, she still got there like before the darker run. She was still able to do it, but yeah.
That's great. Yeah. I loved but hated seeing Duckable's timeline of traveling, because it's such a long travel day. I think of my travel day space as long. They have to give away like 2 full days just to travel all the way. I don't realize how difficult it is to travel from country to country, because we only
know what that reminded me of, Joker? That reminded me of Pace Summer last year when my flight got Air Canada.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I was stuck 24 hours in
and you kept texting me like, I don't know when I'm gonna be there now.
I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be there, man. I might not see you there after all.
Eventually you guys just drove back, didn't you? Because your Air Canada flight got canceled or something.
So we stayed overnight in the in the airport. And like we just stayed up.
But like on the way back, didn't you tell me that you guys eventually just drove back?
Yeah, on the way back, yeah. So our flight got canceled again, and I was like, okay, you know what? Like, and there was like this. It was me and my at the time girlfriend, and there was like another couple, and they were just like, "This is stupid. We should just drive back to Toronto." And all of us kind of just looked at each other and like, "Yo, you guys want to drive together?"
Yeah.
So we just all carpooled an 8-hour drive, and because we got there faster than it would have taken us for our flight to get rebooked anyways, so but that was funny.
Milo, I do
question.
Yeah, I do have a few questions from the chat here real quick. So firstly, Skelton, who was one of the winners of I think it was the fall 2023 pace giveaway.
Oh, that's right.
He said he wouldn't be able to go to the last one. He was asking if that ticket will ever expire.
No, I would hate for that. That'd be so sad. No, you're good. Just message me wherever. If you emailed me or we did a Twitter DM or whatever, just like message me there so I can see that, like, okay, yeah, this person had their ticket. Yeah, Discord, whatever it was. And then I'll get you in there whenever you're able to come eventually.
Yeah.
You got a free get into Pace free card. That's insane.
Honestly. Bro, we gotta make and sell Paceopoly at Pace.
Paceopoly.
Paceopoly is crazy.
And then secondly, this is a question that you might not be able to answer. But is Pace profitable?
Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely. One of the biggest, well, it's kind of obvious, the most important reasons that we have been able to keep going as long as we have is I have really, really tried to keep a tight ship when it comes to money and everything, just so that we can keep doing this. It would really be horrible if like we weren't responsible with, kind of budget decisions and the way we managed everything. And then, Pace just like doesn't exist anymore. Like that would be really sad. So we definitely, everything we do, we really try to make sense for everybody, for myself, for Cheese, for the producers that come and help, everyone involved. So we definitely do well on that front.
I actually didn't really know. I assumed that the venue cost was a lot, but thinking about it, if VG Bootcamp owns the venue, then I guess it's maybe not even that much, since you guys work with them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
That's something that led into actually one of the other thing I was going to say that I really like about Pace. Like one of my favorite things that changed this time, we had on-site merch this time for Pace.
Really?
So like t-shirts and hats.
Really?
And I don't know, Joker and Needle, you and I have talked about this, that we wanted Pace merch.
Yeah, true.
I was talking about this in the first one I went to.
Yeah.
And they had it this time, and I got a Pace shirt. It was awesome.
Oh, you lucky
Oh yeah,
bastard.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I'm glad you like it. Yeah. I was surprised. I was surprised that we sold out. Is what I was gonna
Really?
say.
I'm not
Yeah, because
surprised.
we.
I wouldn't be
Oh,
either.
thanks. Yeah. Well, I guess because you're kind of talking to the graphics designer of GSA right now, and I really
Oh,
don't know
nice.
anything about graphics design. I know nothing, so I kind of just threw those together through with like a reputable distributor that I like, try to find good quality, yada yada. And I was like, I think this color will work, like, this many sizes for, or sorry, this amount of shirts for these different sizes, and then we'll see how it goes. And yeah, it's sold out. So this time we're actually going to have like a proper professional graphics designer. I don't know if you guys saw recently, we announced that I am Pona
Yeah.
joined the GSA team.
I didn't, but that's
And yeah,
great.
he's awesome. He's done a lot of cool branding and marketing work for like different companies. And in speedrunning, he's worked with Simply on some really cool events that he's done on Simply's channel. So yeah,
Wow, yeah.
Pona's the GOAT, and I'm excited to see kind of the evolution now of just how cool things will look and cool ideas will come for GSA's way.
Yeah.
But when am
I think.
Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
No.
I was just gonna say, I think like the merch we had this time, like, was like very good. Like, I love the fabric used for the shirt specifically because I just got the shirt. But it was like it's a simple design, but it worked really well, and I think that's like what people wanted from the merch because like I said, we had talked about this at previous paces is that we people just like event T-shirts and event
Yeah, they
merch
just want
to like
something,
show that they were
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
They want people to show people that they were at a really cool event. Yeah.
But when
Yeah,
am I
like how I
getting my
wore it.
Pace Crocs?
like how I wore how I wore an ESA shirt and GTM said I was gonna get shot on sight at face.
No, bro. What?
So I didn't wear it for the rest of the event.
I gotta get the Pace socks, the Pace Crocs, the Pace underwear. I need the Pace shorts,
underwear.
the Pace jorts, the Pace
The
hat,
jorts are crazy.
the glasses.
Yeah, I think for the fall,
cup.
I want to do instead of the like caps that we did this time for the fall, we're gonna do like a toque or some kind of wintry.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
A scarf.
Yeah, that'd be a good
Yeah.
idea.
That'd be
A
sick.
scarf. I
Like
like
a
the scarf idea.
5
Bro,
foot
I'll
long
rock
scarf.
this scarf.
I'm not a hat person, so I always just prefer to get the shirts. So it's usually what I go for. So yeah.
A scarf
Yeah.
would go
Oh, yeah,
crazy
well,
with
we'll do.
every attendee's name on it.
Oh my god, that would be
It's a
crazy.
long scarf.
That would be a really long scarf. Ooh, I thought of one. You could, I don't know how difficult this would be. You could try doing like Pace hydro flasks or something.
I was thinking of that too. Yeah.
Cups.
Like
a cup.
water bottles.
Yeah, sure.
basically? Yeah, that'd be cool.
Bottles, yeah.
I'm a collectible cup person. I every time I go to a rainforest cafe, I get a cup.
Oh, you're one of those people.
I'm one of those
Okay.
people. There's no rainforest cafes near me anymore. I'm so sad. There was like 20 when I was born, but now there's none. I'm so sad. Next pace, can we go to like a rainforest cafe as the as like the group dinner?
The merch was really good this time, and also I think the prizes this time were stepped up a lot. Mainly, I also have to shout out the professor did a lot of the prizes this time,
Really?
and because he owns a VHS place, so
Oh.
like my favorite. I have a little bit of bias here, but my favorite raffle prize that there was he put the 70 relay from Pace Fall and put it onto a VHS. And it's like you can actually watch it on a VHS
What?
player. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
So
cool.
sick.
I don't
And
know.
he's gonna do that with
Yeah.
120 relay too, which is like awesome. I think that's really cool.
Is anyone?
I think him and a friend of his made like custom art for it too. I don't know if you already said that, Joey, but
I didn't see that.
it's- Okay, yeah. So yeah, it looked so awesome. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. He made 2 copies and he gave one to me. I didn't even know he was doing that, but that was really sweet and gave me like a clear case. I got everybody one to sign it. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. What?
Yeah, he's awesome.
I don't even know how VHSs work. I barely understand how DVDs work.
Back in my day.
In no way.
Granted,
Back in my
I
day.
guess we just stream everything now, so it doesn't even matter. But
It was funny because I showed the VHS I got Andrew G to sign it because he went to the space, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, cool. So are you gonna like watch this on your VHS player?" And I was like, I mean, I don't think anybody has VHS. And then I realized who I was talking to. I was talking to Andrew G, who probably submitted speedruns on VHS back in the day. And I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. Oops.
I don't even know how that worked back then. Did you have to like send in a VHS?
Yeah, you send it into like Twin Galaxies,
and then they send it back, or like.
Well, I guess I think they just keep it and then they upload it.
That's so sad. You have to like buy a VHS to record onto every time.
Look, it's not as easy as it is nowadays, where you could just hit go live and everybody has OBS.
How old is How old is Andrew G? Isn't he like 40?
Well, this is something I didn't ask at first.
Well,
I just go up to him and start a full-on interview.
Hey, how old are you, man?
Yeah. I guess that is a pretty weird question to just ask.
Well, like he is a father. He's a father.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
I mean, I know I talked about relay, like 70 relay. If you want to talk about 120, we can.
Yeah, sure.
We haven't talked about it yet.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 120 relay was stressful.
How stressful?
I mean, 120 relay will go down as probably like my favorite thing that I've done for the speedrun community. It was just like, it's just so cool to see the evolution of how relay started. Like I started it off in summer in the practice room, and then we moved it to main stage, and now we were able to get 125 people to take part in the relay, and it went smoothly thanks to everybody who helped out and like people who were on tech and stuff like that. Like it went so well. People told me they didn't think it was going to underestimate, but we did. That was like that's the part I was happy with.
Yeah, by like a minute or two, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it's like 256. Yeah, so 4 minutes ish.
So good.
256. Wow.
We had some rough patches. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's expected though. Yeah.
I don't, have you two watched it?
I have.
I did watch a bit of it. I think I watched like a good chunk of it actually.
I haven't got the time to, but I will.
That's fair. It is 3 hours.
It was insane though.
There's some really cool stuff. Like Linkarf went for SBLJ.
That's like so cool though. Like, oh
did they get carpetless?
Cheese got carpetless first try. That was like the hypest part of it.
Yeah, I remember that. I was, oh my god.
Cheese uploaded
the full run.
The clip of it, not the full run, but he uploaded the clip of him getting carpetless as a YouTube short, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do a star, Milo?
No, I didn't this time because last time I forget which star it was, Joey, but I think it was later in the run.
Yes, I was actually going to bring that up when you guys were talking about soccer.
Yes, and yeah, exactly. And I think like that was the last night that we could go play at that pace. And so I told Joey like, hey, can you just swap me for an earlier one? And like I just felt like I kind of messed with things too much last time, and just me running around having to do stuff at the event all the time, whether it's tech or like random stuff. I just didn't want to like be a liability basically. So like if I was around and there was somebody needed to fill, then I could have stepped up. But I think it went well without me, which I'm happy about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I know that Joey told this to me before like everyone really knew that you guys are trying to do more relays like that every event or so, and he just announced you and JJ are doing the Sunshine relay next pace, right?
Yeah, I'm so excited but worried for that because I don't know how it's going to go when it's not Mario 60. Yeah, we're doing Sunshine, but
dude, I gotta go now. I want to be part of that.
We're doing Sunshine, but it's a team relay, so it's 44 people versus 44 people.
Oh what, God. Dude? I want to join that. That sounds fire. What?
I really like.
Imagine the team that wins. They're gonna pop off so
hard.
Definitely.
I hope it's close. I really hope. Like, I'm excited for this because one, we get to test the waters and see if people are still interested in doing these relays when they're not Mario 64. Right. But the plan is to do like a new relay each time because like someone was like, why don't you just do 70 and 120 each time? And I'm like, it's not as fun the second time. It's not as groundbreaking the
Yeah,
second time.
I feel like after a while, it'd probably start like people be like, oh, okay, and
Yeah,
I
like
think
we've
it's
seen
nice
this
that
before.
There's new stuff.
I feel like
I like
you
that
guys
you
only
guys are
did.
introducing new
I
stuff.
think you only did 70.
Sunshine though? Oh my god.
I think you only did 70
cool.
twice because this first time wasn't on stage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And yeah, the first time that I did 70 in the practice room is kind of like a proof of concept because
just to see if it would stick,
see if it would work. And then I think it was the next day, Milo, you came up to me, you're like, "Hey, you want to do that on main stage next time?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down."
Yeah.
Did I really?
Oh my god,
I don't even remember that, but I'm glad I did. Thank
that
you.
would be
it's banger
really
content,
cool
dude.
though.
I
like Sunshine. That sounds sick. The 44v44 would go crazy.
Yeah. So the plan is to do a different relay each time and announce the next relay after the next one, basically. So I already have the one for summer picks. By the way, we've discussed it already. So I know what it is.
Exclusive reveal on the podcast.
I am not revealing this.
No.
I think that's like the fun part, though. People get to guess what we're gonna do next.
Yeah, I guess what we're gonna do. Yeah.
Like when I called up JJ, one of my favorite parts of the relay was hearing the audience reactions and stuff like that. I always love that because everybody's like really hyped and like applauding for everyone, no matter how big or small their star is, and that's really really sweet.
Yeah.
But when I called up JJ, I just hear like 5 people go like, "Oh my god, is it Sunshine?"
Yeah, everyone was like, "Sunshine, real?"
I actually don't.
And JJ, oh sorry, go ahead.
Usually you tell me what they are, but I actually don't know what this the summer one is.
I didn't tell you summer. I told a few people about.
You did tell me about the Sunshine one.
Yeah, I did tell people about Sunshine. I'm done telling people what they're going to be though, because I told my friend the Mine 2001. He blabbed it on my stream.
This guy.
And I
really mine. Come on.
Yeah.
But
here's my guess. Here's my educated guess.
What's your educated guess?
Celeste any %, but a different person for every room.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy, and it would not work.
I think for the time being, I'm going to probably stick to more widely known games. Like Mario is pretty easy to do and stuff like that because people know Mario.
SM64 co-op would go crazy as like a.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But like basically, I was given from what I've been told, I'm allowed to do one each time because like they're really hype. And they also bring in donations and stuff like that. Like I got told by or pulled aside by staff members a few times after 120 relay. They were like, "Yo, you did great," and like they told me that we made, I think from the relay alone, we made 1.3K during that run.
That's crazy.
Which I didn't know. That was awesome.
That's almost $10 for every star.
Yeah, and that means a lot to me. I'm glad that people like it enough that they see their favorite runner and they donate. It's just really cool to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I've been told is basically like as long as it's within the 2 to 3 hour range or like less than 3 hours, and as long as I clear it with Milo beforehand.
I mean, he's right here. You can just ask him.
yeah, that's true. Am I cool to do this one next? Like again, I've already cleared the next one. And Milo was like, let's do that one next time. So
yeah. No, I quickly want to thank you too, Joey, because it is like not only from the donations perspective, but like it just involves so many people. Like that room is just electric during the relay, so it's just so fun.
That's why I do it.
That's awesome.
Thank you. That's why I do it though. I like people who don't get a run in; they can still be part of the relay and show that to their folks. I actually at the end of the relay, you can see it in the video. In the VOD, I almost tear up at the end because I turned around at the end of 120 relay, and seeing the fact that it was 1:30 a.m. when we finished, and seeing that there was still like 100 people in the audience like around there, like watching the end and staying around to the end was just really, it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
So
it just brings everyone together.
Yeah, it's really that it's a cool community thing.
I think that also holds this. I'll have to check this, but that might hold the world record for the most people in a gaming relay.
Before it was ESA.
Right,
ESA tried to do SMO any % 1 moon per person. They didn't end up doing it. I think they had 89 people because they doubled up on moons because they didn't get enough.
Right.
But we had the final count was 124. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know about gaming event. I'll have to double check that, but definitely in a speedrunning event.
Definitely speedrunning, yeah. And that was like we're not. I'm gonna tell you this right now. We are not doing one that big again. Like we might do over 100 again, but there's no way we're doing like 120 plus. I think that's probably gonna be the max. I can't think of another game that will go above that.
Yeah.
That at least is longer than 2 or 3 hours.
That's the other thing too. That's in that time frame.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can just like look ahead and be like, what game do I want to do next?
Roblox work at a pizza place relay.
Oh my god!
I do have a question, real quick. Milo.
Yeah.
Sure. Or either. Sorry, either of you, whichever. You actually might know the answer to this, Joey. So on the schedule, I was really surprised when it came out to see that there was an exhibition match between Jesus and GTM for Super Smash Bros. Melee.
It was crazy.
Really good.
And my question, I guess, is, was it just an idea that you thought would be really fun, or were you guys desperate for runs?
No, they submitted that, and I thought to myself, like, well, the purest speedrunner in me is like, this isn't a speed run, but they're both speedrunners. They're Mario boys that we've worked with for a long time, and I just thought it would be fun content, and obviously speedrunning and Smash Melee especially are so adjacent. Like,
that's true.
I just thought it made sense, and also we have done Melee content before a long time ago when we did GSA Legends. I don't know if you guys saw that event, but it was an event we did with Beyond the Summit at their studio in California, and it was basically like a bunch of speedrunners in for 3 days doing like different types of content together. We played like Mafia and we played Smash. We did some speedruns as well, and it was just like a cool hybrid event. And so I was like, if we did it then, like, why not do it during a marathon? Like, what? There's no rule that you can't, so I was like, why not? It's fun content, and GTM and Jesus are awesome, and it ended up being really great. It was
really good. Yeah,
that sounds super awesome.
It was during trivia, so I didn't get to watch it. It was really good.
I do think that one format that Pace does every single event that I think is being popularized by Pace and should be done more in speedrunning communities is the LTA format, because the LTA
I love those.
Is just,
oh my god,
I think it's so way better than just doing a race.
Yeah, I mean, it has its strengths and its weaknesses. Same with races. Like a really hype race that is like going head to head towards the end is its own type of hype. And then like LTAs, you just have them on all day. You check in throughout the day to see how the runs are doing. When someone's on a really good run, it's really hype. Like, it's just the LTA, like, more than anything for me, especially the open LTAs where anyone in a community can participate in the event, that's like super fun to me. And also it's just the most fun for runners, because that's what runners do on their streams anyway, right? It's like
reset whenever they want.
Hours, and so it's pretty much just turning something that a lot of runners would be doing anyway on their stream, and turning it into this kind of like big community event that you're a part of, and it's competitive, and it's for charity, and it's just so fun. So yeah, I totally agree with you. The LTAs are great.
Very underrated format.
Yeah, I loved commentating the Mario Kart one. That was like my favorite one to commentate. Like,
that was such a last minute one too. That was I was really happy that I got to put that on. It was the most non-serious LTA. Yeah, that's what I loved about it.
Cool. Didn't Peas just go in and beat everyone by like
Peas
10
went
minutes?
off.
Peas went crazy. I was like, oh my god.
It's so funny. It's so funny when people are like, wow, the LTAs are like really competitive and stuff like that. And then I think back to like, I basically hosted an LTA at Pace that was pretty much just me hanging out with my friends for 8 hours.
It was cool though. I loved that LTA, and that picture, the after LTA picture went so hard. I really loved that.
I will say what was even more hype was when we were playing Mario Kart just casually in the practice room, and I beat Beetle a couple times. I was so hyped. I was like, I got no business. I got no business doing that.
What were the LTAs this time around, other than 64?
Mario Odyssey was one of them.
Yeah, it was Odyssey, it was Mario Bros. 1, and it was Sonic. Those were
Sonic 1?
Oh, sorry,
Was it
Sonic.
Sonic,
It was
Sonic Adventure
Heroes, I
2?
think.
Sonic
It was
Or, no, sorry.
Heroes. Team
Yeah, it was
Chaotix.
Heroes Team Chaotix. That's what it was.
Chaotix. That's an
Oh.
interesting one.
And then Odyssey any percent, I presume.
Yep. Yeah, any
Don't
percent.
tell me
And
Tyron
then,
was in it.
Yeah, and he got
Yeah.
a 56 right away.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cleaned up. Yeah, he did very well. And
Was
then and then Mario Bros. 1, we did some any percent and warpless stuff like LTAs, and we did some more of the simultaneous stuff like
That's also
last
so
summer.
cool.
Yeah, that was so sick with Flibbity Dibbity, of course. Sorry, Flibbity Dibbity, of course. Shout outs to him. So that
insane
was really
name.
fun too. Yeah.
I love that name. That's cool.
Pace is just amazing. And
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
one thing I did notice is that for the past would it be 3 paces now, because it would be this summer, then last winter, then last summer. Yeah, okay. So the past 3 paces now, it's been 3 LTAs, 1 each day, and then 1 3-day LTA, which is always 64. The first one that I attended, which was fall 2022, there was 2 3 days.
Minecraft,
It was
baby.
Minecraft and then 64. Do you think that'll be considered again ever? Not Minecraft, but just any 3-day LTA?
Yeah, like I said, there's, nothing's off the table. Literally every event, we reevaluate, kind of from scratch, like, okay, we did this last time, why did we do it? Did it go well? Were our expectations met for like what we wanted this to be? Obviously 120 star is like our main meat and potatoes as far as like
Yeah.
viewership, and it's just
Yeah.
historically done the best for us. But if that changes and it was something like Minecraft or another game that comes out or a game that's already out that just starts popping off, whatever,
Yeah.
we just want to keep doing cool stuff. And if something is like really, really hype and it's like, you can't just ignore it, it would be really hype to have at the event. Then yeah, maybe it could be another 3-day or a 2-day thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that it'll always be 120 star for the Mario 64 one, or you'll ever do like 70 or 16, maybe even like a
But
90 star?
16 was done before.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it
it was.
was. It was at the summer one that I went to. Fuck, I'm stupid. But
No, it's okay.
but
Yeah,
like
I think
for the
I think we've
main
done
one,
a
I guess.
lot. Yeah, I think we've done a lot with the different categories. The only one we haven't messed around with too much is 0 and 1 star. But yeah, 16 is awesome. 70 is also awesome. I think it just wouldn't really make sense for us, like viewership wise, like runners wise, like in terms of the amount of people that
That's true.
participate and stuff, to not do 120.
Yeah, that's kind of like a mainstay
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
it just the event just really would take a hit in terms of stuff that does make it like financially possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, 120 maybe not, but or sorry, replacing 120 maybe not, but yeah, I mean we did 16 star recently. We did some online 70 stuff last year as well, or earlier this year, I believe.
hmm
So yeah, anyway, yeah, we love the more variety we can do while it makes sense, the better. So we're always trying to do that for sure.
Yeah, that's great. For GSA, is there someone there who works doing GSA full time, or is everyone kind of volunteering for GSA while also having a job?
Yeah, so I'm the only full-time staff. This has been my full-time thing for 6 years, but
Nice. Wow.
it really only kind of made sense like money-wise in the last like 3 years.
Right.
I guess just to put it that way. And yeah, and then obviously Cheese is a co-owner, but he's a full-time streamer. GSA is like a kind of a part-time thing for him. And then there is a few other part-time staff, Drum Basher and Oliver.
hmm
There are online producers and they help at Pace as well, so they're part-time. Artemis is a part-time as well.
Steve O'Broil.
Yeah, Steve is a co-owner as well.
Ah,
He's kind of ventured out into some other things in his personal life that we super support, and
yeah.
we love Steve and that's awesome. But yeah, he doesn't really
Yeah.
have as much time for GSA stuff these days. And then yeah, we recently brought on Pona, like I mentioned. So he's going to be part time, and Oh gosh, I hope I'm not missing anybody. Let me really quick check
Yeah,
this.
Let me look it up.
let me
I think
just
that's
make sure the
everyone.
company that I
Yeah.
own has no
All,
more
all the
employees.
staff
Yeah.
are all the staff are
Exactly.
awesome.
And then
Yeah, you guys are cool.
yeah, thank you guys. And yeah, everyone else is like that's involved, commentators and volunteers or
Mhm.
other producers at Pace and stuff is more like freelance type of thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
every
so
staff
that's
member
kind of
I've
the
met,
structure right now.
every staff member I've met there has just been so nice and helpful, and it's
Mhm.
just
Thank you, man. I'm glad to hear that.
yeah, it's just such. I guess everyone that I meet there is really nice, honestly. Just speedrunners who don't really know each other from several communities, because you don't think they'd get along because their games are so different, and yet when they all come together for an event, they all get along really well.
Well, yeah, that's what I
I
was
think
gonna say earlier, Joker, when you were
Yeah.
like Pace is so awesome. I was gonna say, well, it's like built around community, which is what I
Yeah.
think some speedrun events miss, and I think you could see that with like the buffet outings and like
I love
that I did.
Oh, I live for those. Those are my favorite.
And then obviously like relay and just like all the people who like come together and stuff like that. It's just like different communities all vibing together.
Yeah, I there's just no event like it.
Yeah.
And I remember especially at the first one, there wasn't I don't remember the exact attendee count at the first event. I think it may have been 150, give or take. What
I
was
think
it?
it's 200. I could be
200?
wrong.
Maybe. What was it this time around? Was it I think I saw a tweet that was like it was
We
400 or
passed
something.
400.
That was crazy. That is
It definitely
awesome.
felt like 400 for sure. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final count after walk-ins and day passes was 430.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
So yeah, that
That's
was our biggest
insane.
one. Last summer was 380, so this was, a chunk bigger. Next
Mhm.
summer, hopefully we hit 500. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
500
So,
it
yeah.
would be insane, yeah.
It's
Yeah, no,
Wow.
well, I mean, it's also like summer ones will always have more people than fall ones. That's the thing
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So keep in mind.
I also saw
Weirdly enough, I like the fall ones more. And I think it's mainly
It's
just
just the
weather.
weather.
We talked about this at Pace actually, how like they each have their own distinct feelings.
Yeah,
And like
absolutely.
fall definitely feels like one big
Oh, hi,
group,
Cheese.
really. Hi, babe.
I remember.
Oh, Cheese is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember at
Cheese,
the
babe.
at the first pace, I was practicing my my Odyssey Mario's moveset a few setups away from Cheese in the old practice room, and I did a little joke where it was so stupid because our friend Daytendo wanted me to do like that one clip of Cheese where
Oh,
he fucked up
yeah.
in BBH, and then he was like, "No, not again, fuck." And so
Did you do it?
I did it, and then she started laughing. I was like, okay, he's cool with it. Oh.
Dude was sweating. He was so nervous about it.
I was so scared. Well, it's because it's Cheese, man. I also
Yeah.
well, even before I went to Pace and met Cheese, we were in a call at one point because he was doing the Odyssey Mario's moveset for a stream.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just so surreal. I'm so nervous talking to you. I've been watching you for so long. He was just like, I'm just a person.
Exactly, and I think I've gotten so much better at like talking to people and like realizing that. But like I was so bad because like the first event I went to had people like Trihex and like Easyscape and Cheese and Simply and all these people, and I'm just like, dude, this is my first event. I'm terrified.
Yeah.
But I've gotten so much better at it now.
Pace really helped me come out of my shell, even like in my personal life too. I'll even go out of my way and greet people at like a family gathering that I don't know much about, and when before I'd just stay in the corner and be on my phone. It helps these introverts really I don't want to say get out more, but you know what I mean. We all go in a room for hours on end and reset runs.
My favorite thing about this space is that someone came up to me and actually like asked me a question as if I was staff. They were like, "Hey, where do I go to sign in and stuff like that?" Like, and I'm like, that was my first time getting there. So I didn't like. know exactly or like where everything was still because they changed things up. They were like, "Where's the stream room?" and stuff like that. And I'm like, "Dude, I don't know." And they said, "Oh, you run the relay though, aren't you staff?" I'm like, "That's not how this works, bro."
Yeah. I mean, hey, you could be staff one day.
One of these days.
Really quickly, Joker, I wanted to come back to how you were saying how pace has helped you come out of your shell and stuff. One of my all-time favorite pace memories, and again, there's been, I think this last one was the 5th pace, so since 2019. One of my all-time favorite memories is like I think at pace 20, was it fall 2022, the first one you came to?
That's right, yeah.
That was
I was like on 1 hour of sleep, like exhausted, like so fed up with tech, like just feeling really defeated. And out of nowhere, it was like it must have been like 1 a.m. or sometime at night, and out of nowhere, I hear like in the corner of my ear just "Trees" by 21 Pilots playing on the piano, and I was like, is that fucking Trees? Like who knows this song that is playing it and is playing it so perfectly, and like why am I hearing this right now when like I need it most? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when I went. Maybe you remember I went up and talked to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I remember randomly sometimes, and it's just really cool.
You guys had the piano set up, and I was so happy because I know piano, and yeah, I know like a ton of 21 Pilots songs on piano. They're my favorite band. And so I was just playing. I didn't even know you liked them. I knew Cheese had liked them because he said so on his streams a few times. But you had came up and you're like, I didn't even know you knew this song.
Yeah,
dude, 21 Pilots fans are so few and far between these days. It's hard to find them.
Exactly, and not only that, but like that is a deep cut, you know.
Trees, yeah. Everyone knows like stressed out, but
yeah.
Right, yeah, and so if you're a big fan, that's how they end all of their concerts, and they always have, and so it's like a very special song. Anyway, just hearing that, and 21 Pilots is also my favorite band, and I was just like, wow, like this event does magical things. Like
I just imagine Milo like very sleep deprived, just getting stopped in his tracks by hearing Trees.
I was like, when you're just like deliriously tired, I was like, am I imagining like that I'm hearing Trees right now? Anyway, yeah, it was
You know what's funny is I was like I was extremely sleep deprived when I did 120 relay. I was so tired, but the adrenaline fueled me.
At one point, I had went over back to the piano because I saw you and Cheese go into the back room, and I knew you guys were leaving soon, and I really wanted Cheese to hear and see me play Trees. So I went there and just played a little bit until I saw you guys coming, and then I switched to Trees, and then Cheese went on like the drum kit next to me and started playing.
Dude, that was so cool.
It was so cool. And then Needle recorded that, and I sent it to my mom, and she was like, "Who's that?" And I had to explain. Her as the world record holder. I had to explain her as the world record holder of 120 star, and she was like, "That's so awesome," and it was just. I love you, Cheese. It was so cool. I think that's my favorite moment at Pace ever, having Cheese go up to the drums next to me and start jamming with me. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Just bring so many people together.
We gotta get the instruments back next time, because this time Magfest wasn't able to bring them out. Shout outs to Magfest. They have been supporting us for a long time. But yeah, hopefully next time things line up where we can do more fun stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Just so you know, Milo, if you ever need someone to talk to 21 Pilots about, my DMs are always open.
Yeah, 100%. And there is a lot.
There's a lot recently.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to Pace before we take over the podcast with our.
I was gonna go back to what Needle said earlier. Needle, you saying that you live for the buffets really means a lot. By the way, thank you.
Yeah, this
one was crazy. We had 80 people go. That's
oh my god!
I saw they had to like. Not rent out, but give you guys a portion of the restaurant.
That might have been one of my most memorable moments, was calling the place and booking for 90, and they just sounded so chill with it. They're like, yeah, okay, cool, what time?
No, okay, cool.
I almost had like a side bet going, Joey, that like I was like, this isn't gonna happen. Like this is gonna fall apart. This is like too many people.
You pull me aside. You're like, what's that's you pulled me aside. You're like, at some point, you're gonna have to go on different days. You can't all go at the same
or
time.
like split the group in two, go to different restaurants. But no, I'm glad to hear.
Joey was like, "Is that a challenge?"
Yeah.
Hey, if they keep having us and keep allowing us to do it, I will continue to do. This started as like because at Glitch Infinite, that voice guy took me to this place, and I was like, this is really good for $20, and it's all you can eat. This is awesome. And so, Pace Fall 2022, I took a few of my friends, and then word spread around, and I think I told Widit, and then Widit brought all the SM64 people, and like it went from like 8 people to I think 30, and then it just kept progressing, and now we had more people go to this buffet than we had to take part in 70 relay.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. I eventually, if pace keeps getting bigger and you guys keep getting more and more people for the buffet, you're just gonna have to rent out the whole buffet for a day. Like,
I'm terrified if we go more than this, I don't know how much longer we can go.
Until they're like, okay,
the same
that's
place
too many people.
Before they're like, yeah, we can't do this.
I can't believe even in 90, 80. They were like, okay, yeah.
That's a huge number, yeah.
It was exactly 80. I counted in the picture to make sure before I tweeted it. So,
in case someone double checked and is like, it's 78.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's wrong. There's not 80 people.
I love how I don't know if Badronis went this last time to pace, but
he looks photoshopped
every time in the buffet picture, he
always
photoshopped in.
A lot of people looked photoshopped in this time.
I did notice there was a lot of people who looked very...
like the two things that I'm glad are kind of becoming mainstays for pace. I'm so glad that relay has become that, and then I'm also glad that buffet people are excited for that each time. So that's just something I'm glad people are willing to do each time and sign up, because they're a lot of work, but like they're such rewarding experiences and fun community things. Yeah. Plus, I get the farm likes on Twitter from the pictures.
Hell yeah. that's all.
That's what matters. Yeah. That's all that matters. Actually, I wanted to tell the story before about 120 relay because we moved on from it, but because Joker, you haven't watched it, and Needle, you said you watched a bit of it.
Yeah, I watched a big chunk of it actually. Yeah.
Okay, did you watch the end, Needle?
I did not get to.
Okay, because so we had perfectly like we did the same thing with name tags and stuff like that, where like it was kind of like a roll call, so you pick up your name tag and I know you're there. Someone apparently in Rainbow Ride left and didn't tell anyone. And they were supposed to do Cruiser. And so Kersey, who was doing Rainbow Ride Reds, came up and said, hey man, I'm doing the next 2 stars, and it caused me into a panic. I'm like, there is no way we got 2.5 hours in and we're not doing 1 star per person. And I just flat out said, no, you're not. I turned, and this is in the video, I turn around and I'm like, hey, anybody want to do Cruiser? And shout out to Moab Mahler. He got up. He was someone who came up to me before it started. He's like, if you have a backup star, I'll do it. I can do whatever star you want. And he did it very last minute notice. So
nah.
But yeah, that was later cheese.
No, you're not.
Goodbye, cheese.
Yeah, that was that was my favorite thing that I said during relay was no, you're not.
There was one thing that I'll never forgive you for, Joey.
What's that? Oh, putting you between Cheese and Simply.
And the first 70-star relay, you put me between Cheese and Simply. And I was so nervous that I would fuck up. Because I think it was Cheese that did either Bomb Clip or Island Hop. And then I went to PSS. And then Simply took the controller from me after that. And I fumbled so bad. I got like a 14.5 on PSS.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of did that on purpose because I thought it would be really funny to put you between the two.
Put someone who nobody knows between the 2 largest runners.
Well, like that's another thing that I love about the relay. You get like the top level runners, but then you get people who like not many people know, and like people who have barely touched the game. So one of the last minute replacements for the 120 relay was Karina Nanana. She did Toad, and she was so nervous about doing it on stage, and she didn't want to punch Toad. And I told her, I was like, you know what you should do? The crowd will love it. You should crawl up to Toad. And so she did that, and it was the funniest part.
Oh my
I was like,
god.
whoa.
I honestly, when I was on stage during Pace, like the first 5 minutes doing the run, you're just like, oh shit, I'm gonna fuck up. Fuck, where am I gonna where am I gonna fuck up? And then the rest of the time you don't even notice that that you're really doing like a live run. You're just there kind of talking with the commentators and doing your run, explaining kind of what's going on. But for my OMM run at first, I forgot that we were doing a live run. I thought I was just doing a normal run. That run almost got record, by the way.
I mean,
yeah, it did. It almost did. Yeah.
I was desensitized to it because I did a lot of like online marathons first. Yeah. So that gave me the practice, but like, yeah, no, I was very nervous the first time I did an in-person run. So.
Do you think you'll ever do like a 64 run on stage at Pace, Milo, or are you gonna stay in the back end?
I have this this fantasy of coming back to 120 on the grind and then winning my own event.
That would be insane.
That's so sick.
That would be crazy.
Flying myself out, winning, giving myself the first place trophy.
Flying myself out is the funniest thing ever.
No, but you know, I got a whole mountain to climb to be able to do something like that. No, I mean, doing a run myself, I don't know. I think I already have so much fun and feel so fulfilled, like just hosting the event, that I'm really, really happy just, you know, leaving all the spots for people to do runs on stage for everyone else. So I don't think I would do a run, but I really do want to come back to Mario 64. And low key, if I do get good enough, I'm a long way from that, but if I do, I think I would start to be like, why can't I like try and qualify for Pace, you know? Like, so we'll see.
Hell yeah.
They are open to anyone.
I mean, yeah,
including the organizers.
Even the organizers. People might say it's rigged, but you know,
they might say it's rigged, but they're not the ones doing it.
Yeah, I got a real idea that I want to pass on to you, Joey. You ready for this?
What's up?
All right, 140 person, 70-star 2P1C relay.
Okay, so when I said that we hold the world record for the biggest single speedrun relay, I had to say single speedrun because ESA did 70 versus 70 before, which was a thing. So that was 140 people, but it was 2 different runs.
Okay, so technically for a singular run.
I don't know. I think if we're ever gonna do Mario 64 again, it will be like a race format. I think that would be a cool way because I love that we're doing Sunshine like that this time.
120 versus 120.
Co-op
that would be terrifying.
Like, as an experiment, I want to see if we could get some peeps for co-op, like for co-op or something.
That would be
That'd be cool.
Well, I can.
Yeah, Sunshine. Oh my god, Sunshine is so exciting.
I love that we're doing Sunshine, and also JJ is after me and JJ knew about this like. I think a month or 2 before Pace, like we had decided that that's the next relay we're going to do, and I pulled JJ on it because I won. It's 2 teams, so we would each like guide one team basically and be like their captain.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is just like because Sunshine is less known than 64. What we're planning to do, this is technically announcing this on the podcast, but like we're going to actually have setups throughout the entirety of Pace leading up to the relay and like stations where people for practice we're gonna have like tutors. Like JJ's really excited about this. Like he's going to we can get JJ and SETI and me like teaching people, maybe on me teaching people their shines and stuff like that, so that they can feel more comfortable signing up even if they've never played Sunshine before.
Even if I'm pretty sure Needle will probably go this time because he's on the East Coast now.
I'm trying. I'm trying to.
But even if Needle or I don't go this next one, I'm fairly certain Swag will go.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty sure I'm sure like me, Swag, and Day will probably sign up for that because Nintendo's like really big on Sunshine as well.
I'm hoping to talk Cheese into doing Sunshine.
just for one.
I'm gonna tell it. Oh my God, Swag would love.
You think Ouija would?
Oh,
well, like I love the. I think I can get Ouija to do it, but like I love the parts of the relays where like people do the easiest shines and people pop off for it. Like,
yeah, those are like my favorite. It's like it's just like
there were so many of those in 120 because like there's a bunch of like 100 coins, so we had a lot of. I put a lot of the Lego Star Wars people on there because they wanted super easy stuff, so I gave them that.
Yeah.
My favorite is when people get hype over the Toad stars. Those are highlights.
Oh yeah, that's why I really love. If you have the chance to watch one star from the 120 relay, I would say either watch Carpetless or watch Karita crawl to Toad.
Which Toad?
Yeah,
it's the one by TTM in 120.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of my favorite, like this is also about relay, but one of my favorite interactions I've ever had with Milo. So I don't even know if you remember this, Milo, but I announced 120 relay at the end of 70 star relay. And I didn't clear it with you first. I didn't even check with you. I just said it on stage, and I was just like, I was like, yeah, next time I hope we can do 120 star 120 person. And everybody in the audience was like, ooh, like, and in my mind I was like, oh, I didn't even ask Milo if this was okay yet. And so I saw you the next day, and Milo came up to me and he was like, so I hear we're doing 120 person 120 star, and I was just like, yeah, is that okay? And you're like, yeah, okay, I think we can do that.
That was like the equivalent of like, you know how like the story of like how Smash Bros. Brawl was announced, how like Sakurai found out at the same time. That was pretty much like the same thing. Awesome.
Milo's just like sitting in his room watching the 70 star relay on the TV. He's like, wait, what? We're doing 120 star? That's why I'm actually going to clear them with Milo months before I announced them. Like Sunshine, I brought that up to Milo as I came up with it, and then I brought JJ on board, so we knew about it like 2 months before we announced it. So, and then like I said, we already have the one for summer picked, so I'm ready to I'm good to announce that. So
hell yeah, that's gonna be so fun. Okay, so I'm resident Sunshine hater on the podcast.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is 44 people the amount of shines that there are in the run?
Yes. So,
yeah, there's 44.
Yeah, okay. I think it's going to be 44 people or 45 people technically, because me and JJ are going to do the end, like the last minute, basically after the cutscene. Needle, it's dying.
Your internet is.
Someone help him.
Needle, not on the finale, please.
Is he good now? I don't know.
I don't think so. Just continue talking.
But yeah, like so. Yeah, there's 44 shines in any percent, and so yeah, it's gonna be one person per shine. We're gonna teach everybody their shine if they want help. It's gonna be done on GameCube. And yeah, so I'll be a team captain. JJ will be a team captain. People are saying like, "Ooh, do you want to be Team KingJ or Team JJ?" Which I love.
KJ or JJ?
I think I'm good.
Like Professor literally came out to me. He's like, "KingJ, you have to put me on your team." I'm like, "Okay, I got you." I love that people are taking it that way.
It doesn't come down to like a tight race at the end, because good luck going up against JJ.
That is why I'm not doing. That's why I'm saying it should be 45 people, because I don't want to do all of Corona against JJ. There's no way.
JJ's just bro, he'll probably have record by the time it happens again.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's been getting crazy runs.
I think I'm mostly going to be the person organizing it again, but it's just good to have someone else there who will help me organize when it actually comes to, because like when you set up the relays, that's where 90% of the stress is.
I can imagine just relying on 120 people to be there.
Like looking for people, giving out like stars to people who aren't there, so like giving it to backup people. If you saw me before the start of 120 relay, I was running back and forth from the stage to actually set up to like to like yelling people's names in the practice room.
Yeah, the 70-star one that I participated in, the start was insane because there were people who weren't there. Swag wasn't there. He was sleeping. Simply who was right after me was blackout drunk.
Okay, there was like 3 people in 120 who did their star. There was like 3 people in 120 who did their star high as fuck. So,
yeah,
I found out afterwards that a Sen Joker who did SL 100s was high out of his mind, and he did it perfectly fine.
A Sen Joker does seem like the kind of guy who'd speedrun high.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I you know what? We have this fake beef.
I do know that.
But every time I've ever talked to a Sen Joker, it's always been super cool. He's actually a really nice guy. Really funny.
Definitely. He fell asleep in my bathroom this time.
That's crazy. We had this Twitch clip the other day.
Oh, I saw it.
where someone in his chat said, Joker, say a full sentence in Spanish, and we both took it as ourselves, and we both happened to say, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
It's funny that you both said that, because I sent it to Joker, and I was like, I always say this.
I guess it's just the default sentence. I don't know.
It's from Deadpool.
Is it? I don't know.
It's from Deadpool too.
I just heard it once, and I've been like, okay, I guess that's the thing you say.
So funny.
Milo, how old are you?
What?
How old do you guys think I am?
When I
I don't know.
Because this is a question. This is an answer I don't know. When I met you, I thought you were way too young to be running an event. I thought you were like 22.
Right. Yeah. So that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. Yeah.
So you think I'm like 24?
Give or take, maybe 25.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 26.
I'm thinking mid-20s.
I am 16. No,
that actually caught me off guard.
I am 20. I'm 29. I'm almost 30.
What?
Yeah,
that's impossible. People can't age
man.
past 30.
Bro, I'm so bad at guessing ages though. So
I'm also pretty bad at it.
Yeah, I got 6 months.
I just assume everyone's in their 20s.
Like, my brother just turned 30 today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so you're like my brother, Milo. Oh my god.
We're like brothers, only closer.
I believe first base. I think first base I was 20. If I'm not mistaken. I think I was like 20.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, makes sense.
Crazy.
I was 16.
That's wild. Yeah.
I was.
Oh my god, you were.
I was 16 when you came out to me on the piano, being like, "Yo, is that trees?"
Oh, wow, I thought you were in your 20s right now, Joker.
No,
That's
I'm
crazy.
18. I look
voice
a lot
is way
older.
deeper than mine.
I look a lot older than I am, or I look kind of my
More
age.
more like sound.
I sound
more
a lot
like
older
sound.
than I am.
Yeah, it's more like.
Once people get to know me, though, they're like, "Yeah, this guy's 18."
Guys,
honestly,
it's funny how many
this guy
people
could be younger than 18.
It's funny how many people I've just met through Pace though, because like specifically you guys, I met through Pace. Like I didn't know anything about Needle or Joker. I just hung out with you guys at Pace.
Yeah,
you got me into 3D World, so I'm kind of grateful. For
I knew you as Cat Guy until after Pace.
Oh yeah, because you guys started the Cat Guy thing. Because every game I got, the 3 games I got into Pace 2022, they all had cats at some point.
Wait, really?
Yeah. There's Mario 3D World, the cat power up. There's Stray, the cat game.
Oh, you did Stray, okay.
Yeah, and then I was surprised I got it for Stray because I submitted that like a week after it came out. And then I did Kirby Forgotten Land, which was has a cat boss in it.
Oh, yeah, that's so funny.
That is really funny.
And then I commentated Garfield cards.
Garfield.
Yeah. When I before I referred to you as Cat Guy, we were trying to find someone to take a picture for us, and you were like the only person around that I had talked to briefly because you were at SB's run.
Oh, the SB run.
Yeah,
great.
We were trying to find someone to take a picture for us with who was it? It was with a Mario 64 guy. I don't remember at this point. But I said, "Hey, purple shirt." not realizing that you were black-white colorblind.
Oh, was I using my ESA shirt?
You were in your ESA shirt at the time. I think, but it was definitely purple, even if it wasn't ESA. And then just recently, when I learned you were colorblind, I was like, shit. So he had no clue what what color he was.
Just assumed it was him.
No, you didn't even know it was you. I said purple shirt. No one. You didn't turn around or anything. I had to like tap on your shoulder.
Okay. So I actually like acted like I should have. Good.
Oh my god.
I thought you said I turned around.
No. I like tapped on your shoulder. I was like, hey man, I don't know your name. Can you take a picture for us?
Oh my god.
There was something about the first pace.
We were talking earlier about how like your first interactions with Cheese and stuff like that. My first interaction with Cheese was at Glitch Infinite. No, actually no. This is my second time because Ouija was there too. I asked to take a picture with Cheese and Ouija because I thought it would be like really cool to have a picture with both of them. And Cheese was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Then he just looks over at Ouija and Ouija starts walking away because he didn't hear, and he's like, "Yo, fucker." Come back here.
No, Cheese saying that?
Or something like that.
I love
That's funny.
Cheese.
That's pretty on brand.
Cheese is so funny. I can't wait for his next Cheese-a-thon because he said on our podcast that he's gonna do one again this year. I think.
Yeah. I really
Oh.
love the interactions I've had with people though. Like
Everyone at Pace.
it's funny because it's gotten to a point where people could just now recognize me from across the room, and I that's mainly the sunshine shirt carrying me, but I think that's really cool. Like I remember, I think the most recent one that I went to, which was the fall one.
Yeah.
I remember like Rox, like when Rox got there, he like screamed my name from across the room, and I'm like, what? I was like so confused, and I realized it was him. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. Like,
Dude,
I don't know, it's really sick.
my favorite, the most heartwarming thing that's ever happened from doing the relays and hosting them. I think I talked about this on the first episode of the season, but someone went up to two people who had never spoken together, like they were like lone wolves at Pace, and they started talking. And the icebreaker question was, "What star are you doing in the relay?" And I thought that was just like really cool.
That is super cool.
I was like, "Dang, I got people to talk. That's sweet." And now they're like really close friends too, which is awesome.
One thing I'm going to talk about one of the bad things that I think about events. One thing I don't really understand is the culture around event crushes.
I don't either.
Yeah, that was weird. I remember
it
like
started with GDQ,
Twitter.
I think.
It started with GDQ, yeah.
And I was like, "What? You guys barely even know each other? What? You guys met at this event?"
I mean, you can still think someone's cute.
I mean,
yeah, of
but
course.
like, I don't know. It was kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I did one of those NGL things where it's like anonymous messages, and someone was like, "Yo, you were really cute at Pace." I'm like, "Where did this come from?" Like,
Did they ever reveal themselves? Did you ever find out?
No, they said they were going to reveal themselves at next Pace, so that's wild.
Cool.
Interesting.
You know, Joey, I think you're really cute. If that counts.
Oh, it was you.
It was not me, but I think you're. But I think you're really cute.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole event crush thing I never really understood.
Unless it's like multiple events that you've been to at that point, then I can see it. Like
I
if
guess
it's
so, yeah. If you're talking
because like if you've hung out, like there's some people that I've hung out with at every Pace now, and I've been to 4 Paces now.
Yeah.
So that's like
it's
basically like seeing them every 6 months.
You're my Pace crush, Joey.
Real.
Don't make it weird.
No, but again, Pace, it just even if you don't run the same game at all as someone else there, you're bound to find someone who has some kind of same interest as you, because either way you're all pretty much lone wolves who sit in a room resetting runs for 12 hours at a time.
Even if you don't run a game, you can just
even if you don't run a
hang out
game,
with people.
yeah, why not?
You'll be abducted into the group.
I know that I think it was in the fall, Joy went to Pace, and I think she had done some speed runs, but she wasn't like a speed runner. And I thought that was really cool that people who weren't even like in the speed run scene really hanging out.
Yeah, and Pace is really like you. Pace is just maybe be more confident in general. like
yeah.
in like other events, and also just like in my real personal life. I think it's very clear to see from 2022 to now, just like how better I am at talking to people.
I do notice it a little bit. Granted, we didn't talk too much at 2022, but
That is true. We mainly started talking because you commentated Celeste for me.
that's true. We only started talking in 2023 because I commentated Celeste.
I think me and Joey is like we started talking to each other because I was playing 380 alongside him.
I was gonna say, yeah, I knew of you guys because you all of you kind of like came out to the 3D World run, which meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because that was like a 4 a.m. run.
We had so many people that told us about their runs they were doing at pace 22, and I felt so bad to miss any, so I went to every single one that I promised.
So
we
were the
late night crew was wild.
I think, all right, I'm not gonna toot my own horn or anything, but we kind of made pace 22.
I remember that the late night crew. You guys were hyping up people's. Yeah, you guys were hyping
up
people's runs. That was so sick.
Yeah, no, we need people like that, especially because of the LTAs and stuff like that. A lot of showcase runs end up in those slots. So like having just at least like 1 or 2 people in the audience goes a long way for those people to make experience a little bit better.
Yeah.
Did anyone?
It's like funny. Like we're known by everyone, but no one at the same time. It's kind of surreal.
It's okay. Druz is known for putting an N64 in the microwave. So
dude, that was so funny. Oh my God.
The first thing I ever hear from Druz say to me in person is, "Don't open the microwave, or don't turn it on."
Yeah.
Oh
my God. Questions.
I had a question. Hold on. Fuck.
Right. Focus.
I gotta lock in. I gotta remember this question. It was a really good question.
I'm trying to.
The audience will love this question.
The audience
I gotta
ask
it.
This question. I forgot it. I don't know. Keep talking.
Okay, so questions, everybody. They're crazy, right?
They are crazy. Do you have any questions for me? You know,
why are you here? No,
we're constantly bombarding our guests with questions. Why don't the guests ever ask us questions?
That's the point of a podcast, though. It's true.
Okay, maybe. Okay.
I mean, I've asked you questions throughout this, like just like.
How are you?
Like that. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
I had to thank Milo for rescheduling this though, so that I could actually be on this.
Yeah, I
worked out really well.
It was a hassle to get this together because I knew
I
wanted
literally
the last episode to be Joey and Milo.
In 12 hours, I fly out to Minneapolis.
And Milo was like, earliest I can do is June 28th. Or something along those lines, and I called or I texted Joey, June 28th is like the best I can do, and he said I fly out that next morning. Sure. And I was
sure.
I was so hyped. I was like, let's go, because I finally.
When you messaged me that was like the night I was buying my flights, so it actually worked out perfectly well.
Yeah.
I got no hands in World 8. That's actually crazy.
Let's
go. That's huge.
What is do you have any like big plans that eventually you want to do for Pace? Milo?
Oh, good question. Well, there's always room for improvement. The venue can be bigger or nicer. I don't know, like there just be more things for people to do. What else? Like the content can always be better. Just the attendee experience in general. So like I'm always thinking of like fun things, like Scott bringing trivia and karaoke into the mix. Once that started and I saw how much people like that, it's like, okay, we should do more things like that. The 120 star relay was like another very memorable recent addition.
Yeah.
So just more things to boost the attendee experience and production overall. I think are the main things, like near to medium term that we're focusing on. Like for example, there's like a local jazz artist that's in the area, near where Pace is, and he's like messaged us a couple of times like, hey, I like play saxophone and other instruments, and I know like a bunch of video game music. Like I could like come out and
nice.
like
that's awesome.
you know just like do a set of like just imagine like Donkey Kong country music and like Mario music.
Yes.
And, like on the saxophone. Like how badass would that
Yeah.
So we just need like as the event gets bigger and hopefully these ideas that we're trying to implement and do to make the event bigger and more successful, we'll have like a bigger budget for fun things like that then attendees remember, and it's like so anyway, yeah, there's like basically just to make the event more and more fun each time is the goal.
Yeah. That's kind of what you said about the saxophone player. That's kind of similar to what my favorite speed run of all time, which is it was an early GDQ run. I don't remember the runner, but I know the game. It was Castlevania, and there was someone on piano in the background playing the OST for whatever stage they were in at the same time.
That's so sick.
It was such a cool run. I don't remember the runner's name. I wish I did, but it was just such a cool run.
Is there any improvements or I don't know wacky creative ideas that you guys have or would like to see at Pace?
I thought you were gonna
mention that I could like promise anything, but I just I'm interested.
I thought you were gonna mention the speedrun awards that you're doing next time, because that's something that you're bringing, which is cool.
Yeah. Speedrun Awards is gonna be hype.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. Yeah, so it's basically gonna be like there's gonna be 10 awards, 10-ish awards, handed out at the end of Pace Fall. Physical awards that will give people who are there if they won and are there, and if not, we'll have like a video that they sent in like saying thank you, blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be like different categories. Like I think I had them written. I won't give all of them away, but like streamer of the year, content creator of the year, things like that.
Also me.
Most memorable moment, things like that.
Just
I think will be really fun to celebrate.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool.
I'm definitely gonna vote most memorable moment. Ascend Joker hitting the high note to My Way while Beast hits Carpetless.
That is a good one.
I really hope that's on the ballot. But yeah, the speedrun awards. Didn't Bedronis or someone put on some kind of SM64 awards?
Yeah, Westdog did one too.
I don't remember if it was Bedronis. I think it might have been, but then there was
Bedronis did Mario 64, and then Wes did he did the Zoomies where he tried to basically do like a speedrun awards on his channel, and that I think he's done it twice, and those were really fun streams too. So we're actually working with Wes. This is a little bit of a reveal, but Wes is going to be one of the co-hosts for the speedrun awards.
Just makes so much sense. Wes is such a good host.
He is, yeah. The chicken nugget thing was something else.
Pace just makes so much sense for an award show to be at, honestly.
It was. I also just loved how Wes did the Zoomies. And it was really well done. The whole stream was well made, and again, he just has a really good announcer voice, so it fits. Really well
he's a very good announcer. One thing I would like to recommend for next Pace, there should be more ice cream.
Huh?
There needs to be a cooler with ice and like ice cream bars.
Just get the McDonald's machine.
Cool.
Or the McDonald's machine, yeah.
Well,
that would break constantly.
It's always broken.
I remember in Pace Summer 23 we ran out of water in the vending machine. we had to call. I think you guys had to call someone.
Yeah, I do remember that. That happened this time too, but they restocked it. So
I mean, it makes sense.
It's been wildly hot this summer. It's been insane.
This summer's heat is crazy. I don't mean to get political, but climate change is a bitch, man.
It peaked at I think it peaked at 100 in New York. It was so bad. It was the one day that I went outside. And it was like the hottest it's ever been.
One day of the year that Needle went outside.
God.
Wow.
Torched him alive.
Wow. Are you on the West Coast, Milo?
Yeah. I'm in British Columbia in Canada.
Oh, you're Canadian?
Yeah. One of Canadian,
us. Yeah.
What? I had no clue.
Oh.
That's why I found out the second Pace.
You're a very good American.
I was mind blown.
Thank you. It comes out sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like let's get in the car you know,
Get
and
in the
then it's like,
car.
oh, there it is. Yeah, I was born in Colombia and then moved to Ontario when I was 5, and then me and my girlfriend moved out west 2 years ago.
Nice.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my inner New Yorker gets like comes in when I get mad. Like you'll hear the accent when I get mad. Yeah.
I think I found out that Milo was Canadian because Cheese tweeted that he was staying in Toronto with Milo and someone else, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's close to me! Like, let's see if I can visit you guys." And then I think someone else just replied with, "Milo's Canadian, dude." It's like he's not going anywhere else.
Yeah.
But like, you go to the other side of Canada after, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I grew up in London, Ontario, which is like 2 hours west of Toronto.
I thought you were talking about like actually London in the UK.
But,
no.
Ain't no way, bro. British.
It's the better London.
Is it?
No, not at all. But
so we go Minneapolis is cheesy. Yes, I'm going to SDQ.
On the final level.
I'd love to see Pace go worldwide.
I would too. I mean, it is really funny that it's like it is really funny. It's Global Speedrun Association. And then it's Maryland Laurel every time.
Yeah. Well, you know, originally it was just like a generic name so that we wouldn't like pigeonhole ourselves to doing like one type of game or one type of content or something.
Right.
Obviously, we just stay within the speedrun world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would, like I said, it would be awesome to do something in Europe, South America, Japan. I think those would be the first 3 that we would try. Yeah.
Yeah. I also like that you guys don't really have like the restrictions on games that GDQ does. Like obviously you have restrictions for like porn games, but but they have restrictions on like Five Nights at Freddy's games, and some of them you can actually like speed run. Some of them are speed runnable, like the latest one, Security Breach, and then FNAF World, which is just an RPG. I think it may have something to do with Scott Cawthon. I'm not sure, but
it's probably copyright or something like that. Yeah,
maybe, I don't know, but I'm glad you guys are more lenient, I think.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think every speedrunning org or group has their own vibe and just like preferences, really. So yeah, I do like to try and keep things open, and yeah, it's more fun that way for me anyway. Like,
yeah, for sure. That is almost all the time we have, but I have a few more questions.
My God, it's been an hour and 40 minutes. Have I even noticed that?
Yeah, it's been. I honestly.
Time flew by.
It's weird. The first 7 minutes felt like an hour, and then the rest felt like 30 minutes.
Wow, I see how it is. It feels like an hour when you talk to me. Okay.
Yeah. You suck. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so let's start with Joey. Joey, my one question for you.
What's up?
What's next for King J?
Literally SGDQ tomorrow.
Very short-term thinker.
Like, I mean, the thing is, I'm doing a lot of traveling right now because I just, like you only live once, and I want to go to a bunch of speedrun events. I went to ESA this year. I'm going to both Paces this year. I'm going to try to go to every GDQ from now on. So like, I just like going to these speedrun events. Aside from that, I stream every day when I'm home. So, and just speedrun whatever I feel like. But like right now, I'm focused on 602 because that's coming up. So
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, but yeah, a lot of just going with the flow. Really, that it's not like I'm thinking short term. It's just I don't know what I plan to do. Sometimes I just a game will just like sometimes I'll get really into Celeste. Sometimes I'll run Mario or Splatoon or whatever. So
yeah,
we'll see.
And then Milo, I have 2 questions for you.
Oh God.
Firstly,
far away.
Do you own an iPhone or an Android?
Milo, please.
I have had an iPhone for 16 years.
God damn it!
We lost him.
No,
Yes.
losing.
We're losing.
I think I missed some guests, but the current tally is 10-6.
We're cooked, Joey. We're cooked for the season.
We're so cooked.
I think it's just it's tough, you know, the green versus blue bubbles, like just the iPhone Apple world that we live in. It's just it's tough. I respect Android users though. I do.
I don't.
Neil, here's what we do. At next pace, we grab your phones and throw them in the Pacific Ocean.
I'm down, honestly.
Hey, our phones are waterproof up to 3 meters, bro.
It's a little bit more than 3 meters.
Like 6 meters, whatever it is.
Okay.
And then finally, I know that you don't really do anything personally because you work full time for GSA. So, what's next for GSA?
Ooh, good question.
Pace
Well,
fall.
right now we're really, yeah, pace fall. We are also right now, you know, I don't know if you guys have kept up with what's going on in the GSA community server, but I just yesterday was kind of posting about all the new plans we have for more 24/7 channels, which I'm excited about. That's been like a really fun project of mine.
Oh yeah.
What else? Yeah, like I said, we recently brought on Pona, so we got lots of like creative online content coming involving like different streamers and different communities. So stay tuned for that. Speedrun Awards, obviously, at the end of Pace Fall. And there is one more event coming that we will be announcing in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
So yeah, that's another one I'm really excited about. It's kind of a mix of an older event that we've done mixed in with some new stuff and some cool streamers and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what GSA is focused on right now.
Oh yeah. All right. Before I send us off, I'd like to say a few things because this is our finale episode of the season.
Last episode of season 1. Yeah.
Firstly, thank you everyone so much for listening for these past 15 weeks. This has been Needle and I's some of our most honestly treasured experiences talking with some of these people, getting to know them better, and having all these great runners on. It's been one of the highlights of my life.
Same. It's been a really great experience to talk with people to see how they're doing.
We're so excited to continue this in September.
Yep.
We'd also like to announce that we're bringing on a third host. We're not going to say who yet, but we will have a third person on the podcast.
Ooh.
We'd love to have you two back on sometime, maybe after next pace. That would be great.
I was going to say, just after each pace.
Yeah, after each pace, bring both of you back on.
But the next relay as they keep going up.
Yeah. But yeah, we have a lot more stuff coming to the JLB channel, hopefully, now that we're done with the podcast for the next 2 months. I'm definitely going to be working on making a huge cast for the next season. But I know Needle will be working on some other cool stuff along with some other people.
Yeah. I've got some cool stuff cooking.
But yeah.
Going forward. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to every person that has come up to here for every season, I think, or for every episode. I think it's great that people are willing to come on here and talk about how they're doing mentally and just within their lives and speedrunning. Like, I think it's great that people are willing to join our podcast because, you know, like what we've mentioned, we're not exactly the most known people out there in terms of the speedrunning community.
Yeah. So
it's really nice that people are willing to, you know, come on here and give our podcast a shot. So, you know, Storster, Mystic, Artemis, GTM, Rock and Hex, Tibbs, Shay, Cheese, Oddme, Joker's sister, and Swag. Like, all of you guys, I really appreciate you guys coming on.
Did you say JJ?
Like, and JJ as well.
Yeah.
Because we had him last episode. I'm really, I don't know. I'm very happy that you guys are giving us a shot, and you guys are comfortable enough to come on here for like an hour 30 to 2 hours and talk about how you guys are doing in life. Like, it feels good to know that you guys, you know, you trust us with that. You know, that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I look forward to meeting some of you guys again going forward in season 2, and I look forward to the new people coming on. I really loved this series. I love I don't know, I love being able to talk to people about, especially like the mental health aspect. I think it's my favorite part of the podcast, because I have struggled with, I've had a lot of mental health issues like within the years, and I think things like pace and Multi Mario, and just the speedrun community in general has helped me improve mentally. Like I'd say now I'm a lot better mentally than I was 2 years ago.
Hell yeah.
And it's all thanks to you. Like it's all thanks to Pace and just everyone being very supportive with each other in the speedrun community. So I hope that we can continue to do stuff like this. It's very nice to I don't know, it's just really really cool.
Next season's gonna be great. I'm gonna try getting everyone from season 1 back on, hopefully. But yeah, that's it for that's a wrap on season 1. So I guess I should have asked this before we did our whole monologue. Milo, Joey, anything you guys want to plug real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joey.
Oh, I mean, I already plugged myself when you asked what's next. But I'm just gonna. I mean, like I said, SGHU is by the time I'm guessing this is going up on Sunday, right? Or is it? When is this episode going up?
Usually we usually have episodes up by like Tuesdays. Yeah.
Oh, Tuesdays. Okay. Well, SGQ will have already started. I'm gonna be commentating 3 runs there, which is gonna be cool. And then aside from that, follow me on Twitch at KingJ0444. I speedrun too many games. So, so yeah.
And then, what do you want to plug for you, Milo?
Well, I just wanted to thank you guys. Those were all really, really nice words that you guys said. Needle, thanks for sharing that as well. The whole reason that I still do this is, especially Pace, is because of guys like you and everyone else that comes, just sharing those experiences with you guys and knowing that like it gives you guys something to look forward to. And you guys say you make friends there and you have new experiences and memories and everything. So that's definitely what like that's my motivator for sure, to like keep doing the events, and they're so fun for me as well, obviously. So just thank you for saying that. Thank you for coming and supporting the event. It's always cool to see you guys there when I do. And just thanks so much for supporting GSA and what we do. It really means a lot.
Yeah, we love GSA. I'll support it to the ends of the earth.
I will always go to each Pace because they got me into in-person speedrunning events.
Yeah,
so I owe so much to GSA because of like it got me out there more basically.
All right, well, my name's Joker. His name's Needle. That's Joey. That's Milo. As my final words for the season, what's next for the JLB podcast? Hey everyone, Joker here. Firstly, thanks for watching if you made it this far. Oh my god, people stop fucking texting! Secondly, it would be awesome if you subscribed and checked out some of our other content. We plan to roll out some more content throughout the summer before we restart the podcast, and even into season 2. Thanks. Joker, out.